Hey guys, Ivan here with another video for today, and in this one we got something really interesting. It's basically Chris Bumstead with those additional 20 pounds, not 10 pounds. Right now he's basically 260 and he was 240, 242 actually on the Mr. Olympia stage in classic physique, and in this video right here he is around 20 pounds heavier than he is when he competes in classic, and man, he looks freaking impressive. He looks freaking huge, blasting full. Is he gonna step on the stage at this size with this fullness? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe he's gonna go down to like 250, 250 something, but maybe he's actually gonna stay at around this weight. Maybe his weight is not even gonna drop too much in the next 9 days. And I think it depends a lot on what kind of peak week protocol he does, because you guys probably know what Honey Rambo does with his clients. He's big on fullness, right? Everybody comes in super full, blasting full. Like, who would have thought that Derek Lunsford would win the Mr. Olympia? In order for him to do that, he needed to come in big and full and round, and that's what they did. I mean, Derek could have probably been sharper, more straighted last year or this year, but they went with fullness because that's what open bodybuilding is all about. And obviously they're going to do the same thing with Chris Bumstead, so I don't think he's going to go that much down in weight. I don't know if he's going to be 250. I think that's kind of too light. I think he can definitely be at around this weight, this size, because here he doesn't look like he's holding a lot of water. He actually looks very dry, very hard. Check out the video as well. When he's hitting the most muscular, you can see a lot of separation, like in the chest, in the shoulders, in the arms. I mean, can he be drier, more conditioned on the stage? Sure. Does he really need to be? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think Martin Fitzwater is going to be much more conditioned, much harder, much more separated than this right here. And, you know, bodybuilding is about the size, the fullness, the muscle, open bodybuilding, I mean. So I don't think Chris needs to be in the condition that he was in when he was competing in classic physique. I think he just needs to be as big as full as possible with his structure and like with his muscle maturity, with his depth of the separation. Like, maybe it can be blurred out a little bit. I think it would still work in his favor, because even though he looks pretty big and full, like in the side pose, especially the side chest pose, I'm sure like in the front lat spread, maybe even front double bicep, but I think he needs that fullness, especially for the back shots. But what I'm seeing right here, this size, this fullness, it looks very good. It looks very, very good, and I think he can definitely win the Prague Pro. Again, I know most of you guys don't believe that, but I can definitely see it. And now we actually got something from Steve Weinberger, the head judge of the Mr. Olympia, who judged Chris many, many times, and he judged Martin Fitzwater as well, and all the other top open pros, and he's got something very interesting to say. Let me play it for you guys.
So do you think that this is being overblown a little bit, that Bumstead's doing this by the fan community?
I honestly, I think he's going to do very well. I think he's going to be about 10 pounds heavier. He's got a great team, a great trainer. I don't see him not being in shape. I see him with excellent shape. But the problem is it's a bodybuilding show and it's about muscle. Will he have enough muscle to stand next to these other guys, or will his shape take him over the top? If he doesn't have enough muscle, his shape is not going to really help him. It's still a bodybuilding competition.
You've judged Chris at every Olympia. So where is Chris going to be at the biggest deficit? What's the biggest issue you're going to see Chris on stage against these guys in as far as physique?
The only problem I see with Chris is I've never seen him this big. If his back is going to be thick enough, it's going to be wide enough. From the front, he's excellent. From the side, he's real good. He's got that big leg sweep and hanging hamstrings. I don't know what his back is going to look like.
Alright, interesting. That's a part of it. You can watch the whole thing if you want, but basically Steve also says that like he thinks he can win. And he kind of said this in this video as well. It's not blown up out of proportion. He doesn't know if his shape is gonna get him to the top. He says that the problem is, you know, the size, the obvious problem, but he also says, not in this clip but in others, that he thinks Chris can win. You know, even he is not sure. And he leaves a possibility of that. And that's Steve Weinberger, the head judge, probably the biggest expert on this topic out there. And a lot of people are saying, like, there is no chance of Chris winning. He's going to be top 3. He's going to be top 5. Guys, even Steve Weinberger can see Chris winning. He doesn't know if he's going to be big enough, especially from the back, and if he's going to have enough size. He has tremendous shape, and he has the structure and all that, but he's just not sure what the size discrepancy is going to be. But he thinks that Chris is going to be bigger, in great condition. So even Steve Weinberger once again believes that Chris has a shot. And I can see it as well. I definitely think so too. I think Chris definitely has a chance of winning this show. I think he's probably going to be top 2, at least. Against Martin Fitzwater, what's going to happen? Who the hell knows? But I think anything is possible. Take a look at this once again. Like, he's kind of known for weak arms. Are these arms looking weak now to you? Are they looking small? I definitely wouldn't say so. I mean, chest as well. And keep in mind that he's taller than all of these guys. So he's going to take more space on that stage. He's going to be bigger, maybe not pound for pound, but he's probably going to be the heaviest guy on that stage. And again, with his presence, with his presentation, with his conditioning, shape, structure, man, anything is possible. This show is going to be crazy. Alright, next up, we also got a couple of shots from Martin Fitzwater. As you can see in this one, does he look incredibly large? Does he look so much bigger than Chris Bumstead? I would say no. He doesn't look like Samson Dauda or somebody like that, at least in this photo. What about this one? A little bit of a different angle. Does his arm look bigger than Chris Bumstead's arm? I wouldn't say so. I mean, he's not flexed. He's just standing there. But still, I'm not exactly overwhelmed with Martin's size, per se. But take a look at this. When Martin does this, it's a whole different story. His legs are freaking huge. His upper body is huge as well. I mean, in those shots, he doesn't look very large, but he's not in the pose, and I don't know, he took a selfie, just a relaxed selfie. Take a look at his legs right here. Like, Chris will not have this kind of density, this kind of thickness, this kind of size, this roundness to the legs. Right? I mean, Chris has great legs, but not this massive, not this full and round. Conditioning-wise, I think Chris is going to be more conditioned. I think he's going to just have a more clear separation. I think he's going to be just simply more cut. But again, the size, it's definitely going to be a problem. So, no, I'm not saying Martin is going to lose this, but I'm not saying Chris can't win either. I think it's going to be basically apples and oranges. But I just think, in the end, the judges will judge what they see on that stage. And they're not gonna give the victory to Chris because of his shape, no. But if he creates an illusion of having more size with his shape, with his structure, then he can take this guy down. I mean, Martin, again, a mass monster, super round, super big. He's also gonna be conditioned. He also has good aesthetics, nice midsection, good abs. Overall, he's a phenomenal bodybuilder, top 4 in the world, and probably the favorite to win this show, but I don't know, man. Chris is also going to look super impressive, especially now with more weight, without the weight cap, with more fullness, with different peak week and everything. Yeah, Martin is amazing, but I don't know about these guys. Oh, and we also got something from Horse MD, who is doing the Prague Pro as well. First, he has Romania, and then Prague Pro. And at Romania, he's going to have Rafael Brandao and Akim Williams. I don't know if those guys are going to do the Prague Pro as well. It seems like Rafael is not going to. Akim didn't even say anything yet. But it's going to be very interesting to see a Horse MD next to Chris Bumstead and next to these guys. The thing that I'm worried about as far as Horse MD is whether his conditioning is going to be good enough at that show, because he kind of failed really badly at the Arnold Classic. And if he is in solid conditioning like he was at Romania Pro last year, then yeah, he's gonna mash up well. And as you can see right here, his conditioning, it looks better than I thought it would look based on his ab shots, selfies. Right here, he actually looks decent. Is he looking super ripped? I don't know, I wouldn't say so, but does he really need to be super shredded, like sliced to the bones for this show, for open bodybuilding? I mean, maybe his conditioning is just good enough, but like, I'm definitely not super impressed. I'm not seeing any chest separation. I mean, his quads are looking decently separated. His abs are okay. His shoulders are kind of look stripped down, but like, you know, I think I would like to see more separation in the glutes, in the chest. We'll see what his back looks like. Do I see Horse MD beating Chris Bumstead? Absolutely not. Do I see him winning Romania Pro? No, I wouldn't say I do. I mean, against Rafael Brandao and Akim Williams, it would be very interesting if he won that show, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But still, I think he is a very interesting addition to these shows. We'll see how his shape and aesthetics and like a little bit more muscle will mash up with, you know, mass monsters like Akim Williams at Romania Pro, and then also against somebody who is super aesthetic like Chris Bumstead at the Prague Pro stage. This is what he looks like right now. You guys tell me down below in the comment section, what do you think about his conditioning right now at basically a couple of days. I don't know if this video is from right now, but he posted it today. You guys tell me what you think about his conditioning. Is he gonna be really shredded on that stage? What can he do against Martin Fitzwater and Chris Bumstead? Whatever your thoughts are, guys, about Chris, Martin, Horse MD, or whoever, please leave the comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. For more content about bodybuilding, subscribe to the channel, guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. All the best, and bye-bye.